Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and I'm going to continue on with what I thought was going to be one episode. It's probably going to take 20 now. It's not really that bad. It's just, you do things and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. So generate all the necessary delegates. I think we have that done. Okay. Now in the method extensions, if the argument is really an out, just make it an arg any of type. Right. Yes. Okay. So let's close that. Let's come here. And oh my goodness. See, I got a beer now. So it's all the carbonation. It's a Big Island Blonde. It's usually the beer I get when my wife and I would go to our downtown Mexican restaurant, Pablo's in Shakopee. And it was the one beer I always would get off the list. And I decided to get a bottle when I went to the alcohol store. the liquor store the last time I was there. So anyway, okay, so the mock method extensions builder. No, not this. This is method expectations extension. This one. Yes, explicit expectations extension builder. No, it's event. That's indexer. That's property. I guess because we handle them all in here. Whatever. Okay, so if there's no parameters, it's easy. If there are parameters, then we need to say, because if it has an explicit default value, it could not be ref or out. Okay. So that's simple. Else we would just have the name. But not necessarily. Not necessarily. Type, no, ref kind is equal to, well, you're going to do this, aren't you? Yes. Ref or ref kind is equal to out. If either one of those are true, then, oh crap, no. Those are the list of, no, I'm doing this in the wrong spot. I believe I'm doing this in the wrong spot. Yeah, up here is where I need to do this, dummy. No. What? I'm confused. Hold on. So this is from the ref arguments. You'd say A. So when I say new method adornments, yeah, up here, then we do delegate builder.build method parameters, because that's the adornments type. Yeah, this is definitely not the place we want to do it though. Okay. I was wrong. I was misled by myself. Because that happens. Where I want to do it is where I'm actually saying new method adornments self.add. Self.add and return value. Oh, that's the generic thing. Okay. Then the member identifier and then the list of args. Oh. Yes. Okay. Okay. I am stupid. I think this is actually the place I want to do it. Not up here, because I'll take whatever you give me. Dip it down here. If this was a ref, I would just say, if it was an out, I would say arg any event. I wouldn't care what you passed in. Okay. So I was doing it in the right spot. But all I care about is if it's a ref kind. Out. That is the only thing I care about. Okay? Because I would do empty. That's not actually what I want to do. But what I want to say is, where would I actually find arg? We kind of want to take this. Sort of. And what we want to say here is No, except with less stupid. Arg dot any of the type name that. That's actually what we want to pass in. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Possibly. RG. Arg any of T. Yep, that's the one we want. We don't care what it is when it's an out. Otherwise, we will take what you get. Okay, so let's go to the creator of testing and run this, and let's see what that's doing. And let it take its sweet old time, firing up a test. You know, I could probably solve one of these things. Probably have talked about these before. I am not a huge puzzle person. I don't solve these very fast at all. Do very beginner methods to solve all these things, but no, you're supposed to run the test in debugger. But they're kind of nice to pass the time if I'm in a meeting that, you know, I'm not necessarily, I don't want to say I'm not engaged in, but maybe I'm not. They're good just to pass the time with. The 5x5 is about the farthest I'll go in terms of just fiddling with it during meetings, or else sometimes if I was on a plane, which hasn't happened in 9 months. But if I was on a plane and I'm kind of trying to pass the time, I'll take the 5x5 with me and mix it up and then, you know, burn 10 minutes or whatever it takes me to do that. I do have cubes among some other puzzles, but the cubes I have all the way up to, I think, 11 by 11. That thing is a monster. I don't think I've ever actually sat down, and I've actually had this idea of trying to do something for charity, but do it live. Have all my cubes 2x2 all the way up to 11 by 11, have them all scrambled up, and spend one day just solving them. And I don't know, raise money and see if I can do it under a certain amount of time. Anyway, all right, so output. Come over here, and we're going to put in the stuff because reasons, H, that, and that. Okay, so get the delegates, and we got to change that. But now the one that is the out argument, you notice that we pass an arg any event because we do not care about your life. Cool. So that is good. So we got that done. Okay. Now in the method adornments, that's here. If we actually need to do a delegate, we're going to have to capture the delegate type. Okay. So, the delegate builder. Yes, we're going to want a delegate name. You suck. I have the type up there, but what happens if the method actually is a generic? As the method itself has generics. You can declare a delegate with a generic. That I think is fine, but I need to declare the generic with the right stuff. And I think, yeah, okay, let's try this. Var delegate type name is equal to, if the method parameters any ref kind is equal to ref or ref kind is equal to ref kind out. If we have any of those, then what we need to do is call method.get name except extended name callback. Else this. And then that's what we stuff in, except we can't. Because now we need to do right. Else we do this. If returns void, then we do that. Otherwise, we do this. And there we go. Now we can say, no matter what that is, that's still going to go here. We don't care about, no, I said copy this. Okay. There. Okay. And that will just work just fine. Because that won't have any problems. Let's test it out. We're going to come up here. We're going to put in a normal void of foo int a. And then we're going to say ref argument with generics t1 and t2. Because we're going to make t1 the first parameter, and we're going to say ref of t2 as the second parameter. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing with out arguments. It's going to bug me. I got to do arguments. Okay. And this will be out of t2. Okay. Run this and let's see what we broke. Because I'm expecting the world to break on this one. But I'm going to need to test all these cases out in the real world, if you know what I mean. Yeah, well, it got bigger, got mightier, I think. That's not necessarily a good thing. Okay, well, we have that. Ref argument with generics. T1 and ref T. That's okay, that's okay. So it did the right things there. We're still not handling the cast just yet. If I come down here, what did I break? That's too easy. It should not be that easy. It looks right, but I'm wondering if it's actually going to be correct. But that looks suspiciously right. So that's actually a good thing. So then what do we do? Well, I think that means, if I go to my list here, that's done. Now we need to verify how the cast will work in the mock methods and make sure the ref out parameter is passed correctly. Okay. And then at that point, I think I can make integration tests and see if this really truly will work. All right, so now I have to go into the mock method. We'll do the value builder first. Build method validation handler with parameters. Aha, I think this is what I want. And I'm going to also have to be careful here to put in a ref or an out as well. Okay, so the method cast, well, wait, where were we? We were, because it looks suspiciously like what I want. The delegate type name, the method cast. Stop disappearing on me. So the method cast, because this is a value builder, so you don't have to, okay. So I believe what we want is, if there are any method parameters, we do that. Otherwise, we do delegate builder, doing method parameters and method return type. And that's it, because you don't have to case it out like that. And that's it. And then that should be enough. Except now the method arguments, you have to say if, no, not if, ref kind equals ref kind ref, or ref kind is equal to ref kind out. Either of those are true, you would say, shoot. I was hoping to be just a little bit cooler than that. That's okay. Name. Okay. And then here we'll say if ref kind is equal to ref. We're going to say ref. Otherwise, we know it's got to be an out. Of course, if the end condition comes in, that's fine, but we know that that's the case. Okay. So that's when you call it. And that gets you the return value. Yeah. So if you pass it as a method and we had to do a delegate, that's going to be the method cast. And if you, so then the void builder, if we come down here to where we're building the void, okay, so here we need to say method cast again, except we're only going to do parameters this time. Okay. And then the method arguments do have to be the same though. How much you want to bet that this is wrong? How much do you want to bet me right now that this is completely kerflooey? Because that's a technical term. I don't think this is going to work. And even if it does work, we need to do integration tests to see if it really does work. Because that's where the pudding hits the road. Heats the road? Rubber hits the pudding? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. No, not that stuff. We want to kill all the things here. I wish I could just go home. Oh yeah, I did go home. Delete. There we go. Well, you know, you learn. Okay. That, and then that. So we have a foo. That should still be an action of int, and it is. This should be a ref argument callback passing in ref of a. This is not going to work. Why is this doing like a huge space here? It doesn't kill the code, but why? It just looks really weird. T1 and T2. Well, would you're so cute when you do it right. This can't work. This is just not going to work. I know it isn't. Why? Why are you doing this? There should be no reason to have all this freaking space here between the two. Right? This is actually bugging me. If I come into the void builder, okay, and I look at this and I'll say somewhere up here I do public, okay? And so method identifier, okay, and then I say right line, yes, otherwise the signature. And the method signature, we just have the method parameters. Nowhere around here am I doing anything that's putting in more lines. I don't think. Is it because there's constraints? And it's writing empty lines? Wouldn't that be interesting? Let's try this. If I come here and I say run this. Yeah, it does. It thinks there's two constraints and they're empty. Wow, that's interesting. So we only want to select them if, let me see here. Okay, so in this case, it's thinking that there's 1, 2. And this, there aren't any. And this is 1, 2. I'm wondering if it's getting tripped up because it thinks that there's constraints because those are types, but they're really not. And so it gets no. Let's try this. Constraints, select, where not string is null or white space. There. What the? Why? Constraints is a list of string constraints. Oh, where? There. Now if I do this, it's a little bit of a hacky thing because it doesn't feel like, why would I come out of there with a constraint that really doesn't have anything as a constraint? You know what I'm saying? Except now I don't have those anymore, which is good because I don't know why I would think I would need those. Okay, I had seen it before and it had been bugging me. Yeah. All right, where's that song from? It's the Moment of Truth. Wasn't that the theme of the Karate Kid? I don't know. It just went through my head. Is that the theme of the Karate Kid? But here's the big test. Here's the big kahuna. I'm going to have to just make sure I shut down Visual Studio because 20x developers shut down Visual Studio and start it up again occasionally, especially when they know they need to do it. And if you want to get a lot of Twitter followers, make sure that you post ridiculous things on Twitter in the hopes that people will follow, give you all sorts of negative press. But there was somebody who, like a week ago, posted some stupid, insane thing on Twitter about that, don't hire hot women because they'll distract the engineers or something to that effect. And it was like, there was so much wrong with that. And a lot of people thought that too. But one person made a note to say that you realize that account actually increased in the number of followers after that was posted. Sad. Okay, so we don't want to, no, we don't want to do that. What we want to do is member scenario tests. Is this the one? Yes. Okay, so I want to do more than that. We know that works. Okay, now here's the thing. I don't have any, what are you complaining about? Oh, because, I don't care about that anymore. Okay, now here's the thing. Here's the big test. Is this actually going to work? So, test, stack, void, mock, member with ref parameter. 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 God, that was so stupid. Okay, var rock is equal to rock.create of I have ref and out. No, I already did that. I have ref. Come on. Okay. Let it think about its things, even though I'm not going to get IntelliSense on this. Methods. Okay. Ref argument. And that one we're going to say it's a 3. Okay. And we're not going to do a callback on this one just yet. Okay. Var chunk is equal to rock dot instance. And then we're going to say chunk a ref argument of ref of a value. Okay. But we had to say here var value is equal to 3 because we need to initialize it. Okay. Now we should be able to say rock.verify here. Now, did it all at least compile? We're going to get a build fail. If the build failed, then there'll be tears. And, that would be, well, yeah. It done. No, why? Oh my God. Why would I ever want this to come up? The type or namespace name ref argument callback could not be found. Okay. We got through all that. No, wait a minute. This is the ref. Yeah. So it doesn't know what this is. Oh, because they're in there. Yeah, if you want to generate these things so other things can see them, you have to put them in the right place. If you want to do the right thing, you have to do the right thing. And you don't want to be like me that just did something really stupid. So, no, not that. Oh, yo. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, never mind. Yeah, just shut up, Jason. Brain, shut up right now. Just shut up. I know what the problem is, and I know how to sort of fix it. Where's the mock extension builder? This is the thing. What I actually want to do is before I write expectations of that, outside of this is where I want to put all the delegates. So I need to actually split this up. Let's get this out of here, that out of here, that out of here, and that out of here for now. and this mock extensions builder, what I actually need to do is this thing called build delegates. I need to pull that out. So I'm going to need like a mock delegate builder and do that out there. But I'm going to do that in the next episode because I'm nowhere near done with this just yet. So I'm going to do another episode where I fix this, put them out there, give it a whirl, see if it works, write all the tests, and then we'll see what else is to do. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.